Hey there, everyone. So, Coke Studio plus Meghdol. What else we could have wanted? Nothing else.
Anxiety,
Anxiety,
stress, anxiety. This is
impatience.
excitement,
Yeah,
impatience. Yeah, yeah. A cocktail of emotions.
absolutely.
What an incredible track! What an incredible track! I mean, we would talk about it, but man, what an incredible track!
We can't wait to talk about it, right? It could be a
All
long
right, all
video.
right. Yeah, it could be, but one thing, a disclaimer. Sometimes you just you want to sit down and listen to the track and then talk about it, mostly because you are either completely engrossed in this track or you want to give a lot of respect to this track, right? And sometimes you just cannot help yourself to talk about it. This track is a mixture of both. It's incredible, but there are so many things happening in this track, so many things.
The elements.
I apologize beforehand to ruin the song experience. Go listen to the song on the Coke Studio channel, right?
Yes,
But
of
yeah,
course. Let's get started because we can't wait.
let's do it. Three, two, one, play.
Coke Studio Bangla, Season 2.
This brilliant ambience
The beginning itself.
of being in a forest. I love how much love Coke Studio is getting in terms of production cost and value, right?
বনবিবির পায়ে রে ফোটে বুনোরদের ফুল। ব্যাঙ ডাকে ঘন ঘন শীঘ্র হবে বৃষ্টি জান যদি হয় চৈতে বৃষ্টি
The
তবে
sound.
হবে ধানের সৃষ্টি জ্যৈষ্ঠতে তারা ফোটে
The
তবে
lighting,
জানবে
look at the
বর্ষা
lighting.
বলে। গাছে গাছে আগুন জ্বলে বৃষ্টি হবে খনায় বলে ব্যাঙ ডাকে ঘন ঘন শীঘ্র হবে বৃষ্টি জান যদি হয় চৈতে বৃষ্টি তবে হবে ধানের সৃষ্টি
Each single sound
তারা ফোটে
Each and
তবে
every sound.
জানবে বর্ষা বলে
stark.
গাছে গাছে আগুন জ্বলে বৃষ্টি হবে খনায় বলে
বনবিবির পায়ে রে ফোটে বুনো রোদের ফুল তামাটে শরীর পড়ে ঈশানীর ঘামে বেজামু লাল মেঘে বৃষ্টি ঝরে আদিবাসী কোন গ্রামে তোমার কান্না আমার কান্না ঝিরিপথ হয়ে নামে ও ও ও পাখি ঠোঁটে তুলে নাও খড়কুটো গান
The natural bass in his voice.
ও রাখাল মিথ্যে
The way he shifts
বাঘে
there.
ঘোষণা ও ও ও পাখি ঠোঁটে তুলে নাও খড়কুটো গান ও ও ও রাখাল মিথ্যে বাঘের গল্প শোনাও আবার।
This track has episodes. Throughout this bassy sound.
How cool is that guitar?
How cool is this solo?
As always.
সুবন্তনায় সুবাসের জমিন সাঁওতাল গ্রামের পাশে
Each and every sound is so
সজন
distinctly
ভাই দারঘাটে
distinctly done.
বাঁশির সুরে ভাইসাইল দূরে সুলতানের গান মটর শাকে পেঁচাইয়া ধরিল নববধূর পান মটর শাকে পেঁচাইয়া ধরিল নববধূর পান আটি ধানে শক্ত বাহু আজগর হাটে আড়ে জমিলা ঢেকিতে পা মারে গানের তালে
This is where I fell. This flute piece.
পোকামাকড়ের কুহক বাজে সবুজ অন্ধকারে ঘন জঙ্গলে ময়ূর নাচে আদিম তালে তালে তোমার নিহত সুরের কসম গর্জে তীর ধনুকে এই পৃথিবীর মরা ঘাসে তবু ফুল ফোটে ও ও ও পাখি ঠোঁটে তুলে নাও খড়কুটো গান ও ও ও রাখাল মিথ্যে বাঘের গল্প শোনাও ও ও ও পাখি ঠোঁটে তুলে নাও খড়কুটো গান
How beautifully he does that.
Half the magic is with backing vocals.
শেষ গানটা শোনাও
Just focus on this part.
The backing vocals.
Throughout.
The costumes, the set. Holy wow. Holy. All right. All right. Oh my God.
It's overwhelming.
Oh my God. it's overwhelming. Definitely overwhelming. It's just before this video, I was talking to Hamad that after listening to this track, it just ruins the experience of every other song in immediate vicinity, right? If you listen to any other song right after this, it's just gonna sound bland.
That's true.
Oh my
That's
God! This full again the in the outro. I mean, we have just experienced the outro. The outro had this very engulfing, enveloping sound, you know, from everywhere. That leaves you everything that you start henceforth
Yeah.
is not that full. It feels you wanting. It makes you leave wanting.
Yeah.
Okay. You go.
Okay. Where to start? Where to begin? I was really excited, and you know that when Coke Studio Bangla released its first teaser, I was super pumped because I saw Shibu Kumar Shill in that teaser, and I was impatiently waiting for the season to commence
Absolutely.
so that I can listen to Meghdol specifically. There are other wonderful artists, of course, but I was so excited about Meghdol. Nevertheless, I can mention few things which I loved the most about this track. There are plenty. I mean, you already said there are a lot of things to be discussed about this particular track. But the first and foremost thing is the choir and the backing vocals of this particular track is probably the best that I've heard coming out of
The
Coke Studio
best.
Bangla. The entire choir segment, the Geet segment with the ladies, very rooted, felt really close to nature, which was the whole point of this particular track. It was extremely subtle on occasions, but it created a huge impact in elevating this particular track. And the song was about nature, and the arrangement itself felt like nature's own voice. So on occasion, it felt to me like they are paying tribute to nature as well as to the farmers of Bangladesh on occasions as well. The rice paddy and everything that they have used throughout. So brilliantly done choir in this particular track, and it was complemented by a beautiful set design. How thoughtful of Coke Studio Bangla to pay tribute to one of their celebrated artists, SM Sultan, by using his work of art throughout the sets. And it also fit perfectly with the message of the song. And I mean, the depictions of man and nature, they were done by artist SM Sultan, of course. And throughout the sets, it created that aura, that environment that was completely required for this kind of song, right? So it was, I mean, these
I
are
would
just,
interject.
yeah.
I would just interject here, and when we're talking about the set, I was mentioning that the love Coke Studio Bangla is getting in terms of production value. So after the immense success of season one, right, the capital is pouring in,
Yeah,
right?
it
It
reflects.
shows,
Yeah.
and it does. It not only deserved it, but how well it's utilized,
Now, of
how
course,
well it's spent,
of course.
right? So the ambiance it created visually, sound wise, audio wise, from every single aspect, right? They could have just gone with the sound, but they created this very tandem like visual ambiance that is just, I mean, how well done. I was talking about lighting. I was at each single shot, I was just astonished how well the lighting was done.
Absolutely.
Damn, yeah. Okay, go on.
Yeah, I mean, you already touched upon the set design point, but if I talk about the arrangement and composition, I remember we were talking about the woody sound of instruments when we listened to Sagavasi of Coke Studio Tamil.
Sagavasi, yeah.
Yeah, and here as well, you can clearly tune into the how should I put it, stainless sound of the instruments throughout the track, right? You can literally hear each and every instrument clearly, and along with that, the transition from a folk geet to modern arrangement was done seamlessly. You mentioned you used the word episode, which was perfect, and it was not done once. It was done twice or even thrice throughout the track, and in the end, it blended together perfectly, which was the high point of this track. The outro was just brilliantly done.
Was just brilliant, just brilliant. I think the first transition, so as I said, that it feels like this track has episodes, right? Some episodes I just love with all my heart. I'm going to talk about it, but the first transition from the Geet to Shibu commercials, I it felt to me a bit sudden, and that's the only thing that felt odd to me throughout this track. This it was quite sudden. I mean, it grows on you, but yeah, hearing it for the third time right now with you. So yeah, that's the only thing. But yeah, episodes. You want to talk about the episodes? You already talked about outro,
Yeah, you go on.
but for me, For me, the beginning with so is it Jahura Baul or is it Zahura Baul? I don't know how to pronounce it properly.
Mm, good point. Yeah.
Uh, but that was the first episode which I absolutely love. It felt like, I mean, the intro with all these instruments, and you mentioned already that each single instrument is produced in a manner that can be heard separately. Separately, if you want to hear one instrument, focus on it, you can easily.
Easily.
Right? That's the brilliance of the quality of production. Right after that, the Jahura Ball comes in with the ladies, and this Geet happens, and it feels like, she's sitting on earth, and that was the down to earth kind of deliverance. Folks sitting in a village surrounded by forest
Yeah.
of woods,
Yeah.
right? With that sound that they managed to create, it was so brilliant. Now the sudden shift to Meghdol, that felt a tiny bit jarring to me. But again, then you suddenly also get mesmerized by his voice. This incredible bass, this natural bass that vibrates in your bones. I can only keep thinking about the same thing, that how incredible of a voice he has, along with
Amazing.
the Meghdol signature bass line that
Yeah,
was happening.
true.
But for me, the second episode that happens right after the guitar solo was it. This is where I got goosebumps all over my body. This clap along
Yeah.
thingy, and then the second episode merges with Shibu Commercial's vocals while it ends. Man, that part, along with flute, there were three flutists.
Three flutists. Yeah.
That was just heavenly. You cannot use, I mean, for lack of better terminology, better adjective, right from the heaven for me.
That's completely true. I think you cannot put it in a better way.
Speechless.
Speechless. As I said, we were overwhelmed.
Speechless, absolutely speechless. I mean, you are talking about being overwhelmed and speechless, and then the outro happens, right?
Yeah.
And right in between, they have this Shanai, this tar Shanai, with this beautiful sound, this clap along, the flute piece. Along with the flute piece, the bass kicks in. The guitar felt like very 90s, very, very, very mellow, just chiming in. And then, I mean, we are like going on tangents. It's like a lot of the things happening in our brain. We are going on tangents. The backing vocals throughout,
Backing
from the
vocals was
start
good.
to the end. Half the magic was created by the backing vocals.
Yeah. And a lot of credit goes to Armeen, Musa, and the choir that she has led in this particular track as well, along with the ladies who were obviously performing the Geet segment. But all those three things came together at the outro, and it sounded, I mean, brilliantly in the end. I just didn't want it to end there. It was so beautiful in the end, and the way it. I mentioned to you on basically WhatsApp that for me, probably I shouldn't use the word probably by now. I would rather say certainly. Meghdol is for me certainly the best Bangladeshi band currently. Currently, if I talk about it, and I tell you why. So there are few bands who can do such brilliant storytelling through their songs. Shano's name comes into my mind, but Meghdol are the master craftsmen when it comes to storytelling, when it comes to creating stories around the situations or folklores. And I mean, Shibu Kumar Shell's voice, too bassy, and it fits like glove in the song that is narrative in nature.
All right, so whoever is listening, first of all, I just want to apologize because currently our talking pattern, our thoughts would feel incoherent
Yes,
completely,
it will.
because this happens when you get overwhelmed, right?
Yeah.
You just cannot think about what you want to talk about more. I want to point out, by the way, Odd signature as well in between, which
Correct.
who does storytelling very well.
Correct. Correct.
But with Bangla music so far, what we have seen, they value folklore a lot.
A lot, yeah.
A lot of the bands do that, right? Lalun band as well, IPDC does it, right? Coke Studio have done it, Meghdol does it. So a lot of the bands do it. The Arnob and friends, Arnob himself, with Rabindranath Tagore, yeah. So I think they're well versed. They're very well versed in it. It's part of their culture. It's part
Yeah,
of the
definitely.
culture. You know, to value the folklore, to value the culture, to value the nation's essence, and this is it, right? The nature, the folklore, the methodology, and all. So they did brilliantly. I mean, it's their production, McDowell's, this whole track, and how, I mean, we speechless.
You talk about the mythology, and we probably should touch upon the depiction of Bonobibi itself in this particular track, how beautifully it was done or choreographed, I would say. Obviously, the deity Bonobibi is the central idea around
Bonobi.
Bonobibi. Sorry, I think I'm pronouncing it wrong. It's Bonobibi. You are right. And the depiction throughout with the orchestra as well as with the choreography that has been done for this particular track is just spot on. Just spot on. I think it's just going to elevate with further songs. It has set the expectations so high for the upcoming songs that we are going to expect a lot of effort being put in on the set design and everything, including the music, of course. So it would be a benchmark for me or a yardstick now on, if I would put it this way, for this season at least.
The second song of first season was Prarthana,
The first season.
if I'm
And
not wrong.
yes, and how
Right?
good was that?
And Prarthana was Allah make de pani de chaya de, right? It was also about nature, about the the life and times of the folks
Folks.
of that nation, right? This is also about the second track, even more
Interesting.
brilliantly done. Although,
Yeah.
as much as I love Prarthana, right, very similar. I'm not sure if this happened by design.
Could be. Could be.
Could be,
Could be.
could be, but yeah, this, I think, one of the masterpieces of production. Right, I wouldn't call it my favorite track just now. I can't. I shouldn't. But
Yeah, of course.
I mean, from all technical aspects, wow, it's just. I mean, it doesn't leave you wanting from any angle.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. It was fulfilling, fulfilling, absolutely fulfilling throughout.
Yeah, fulfill. So this is what I was saying, that this enveloping sound, this heavy from all angles, the big backing vocals, the bassy vocal of Shibu, the instruments, the choir, the geet, from every single angle, especially at the crescendo, right? It fills you from everywhere. It fills you.
Yeah,
It's like, yeah, it fills your stomach. It fills your soul. I mean, food for soul, right? The music is
yeah.
food for the soul.
That's the purpose.
Yeah, fulfilling cuisine. All right, man. This is one of our, I think, one of our not the best work. Because how chaotic, how incoherent we
Yeah,
were.
yeah,
I think we needed some time to digest this.
yeah. It just, I think, was dropped couple of hours ago, and we instantly listened to
Couple of
it.
hours ago.
Yeah. So we are
Yeah.
definitely just
Congratulations to,
soaking it in.
by the way, congratulations to Coke Studio Bangla. They have hit 1 million subscribers on
Yeah.
their channel. well
Well deserved
deserved,
track. Yeah.
right? I wish them, we wish them far more,
Hmm.
right? But man, okay, I don't know what to talk about.
Uh, I think at some point we are going to use this song as a reference throughout the season. Kind of get this feeling that we are going to talk about this song throughout the season when we are going to cover other songs. So, as I said, the benchmark has been set so high, it would be a yardstick for us to measure other tracks in the future as well. So, I cannot
We
add
we are
further.
we are 25 minutes in, and it feels like we haven't talked
Talk.
about anything.
Yes, it does feel like we
We
haven't
haven't
talked
talked about
enough.
anything,
Yeah, that's true.
right? But not enough. It's just that nothing we have said makes sense to
Yeah.
me.
Okay, thanks for mentioning that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, let's
All right.
let's wrap it up
Let's
before
end.
embarrassing ourselves further.
Yeah. Let's wrap it up here before we further torture our audience.
All right, folks, thank you so much for experiencing this track with us. And you know it that we love Coke Studio Bangla a lot. And we would be waiting. The frequency seems better this time. I wouldn't say better because a lot of thought process goes around producing such tracks and a lot of work, hard work goes around producing such tracks. Last year, I think the tracks were releasing after every month or so. This time, the second track has been given to us, presented to us after 2 weeks. So let's hope that we get to listen another beautiful track pretty soon. But yeah, until then, take care of yourself. We'll catch up on the next one. Take care. Bye.
Bye bye.